And good evening to you. Welcome to Harold's Cross. You know, by common consent so far this year, the Burma Castrol Puppy Derby has been an outstanding success. Several great races, great times as well. And the magical 29 seconds had broken on no fewer than 4 occasions over the 5 yard distance. And one dog, the dog in trap 5 tonight, Paul Noon Chief, has broken it twice. Michael Enright from Summerhill in County Meath has 2 dogs in the Burma Castrol final tonight, and Aidan Tynan emulates that feat from County Galway. But there's a lot more good racing to look forward to in a packed programme between now and 9 o'clock. We're going to start with the Castrol GTX Sprint over 330 yards, and I give a tentative vote to the dog in trap 2, which is Trade Plate, as we join our commentary team, Des Scahill and Michael Fortune.
And the dogs are almost in now for the Castrol GTX Sprint. Just being pushed in there is the favourite, Trade Plate.
Yes, this should be a very good sprint. Trade Plate is the one with all the form for sprint distances, but I have a feeling that number 6 Flying Shuttle just could do something here.
1 Tantalin Zag 8-1, the odds-on favourite 2 Trade Plate, 3 is Flying Stake 20-1, the same price as number 4 Liz Popple Cherry. Speedy Last running from 5 is 4-1, and a very strong second favourite in this sprint is number 6 Flying Shuttle at 2-1. But we do have an odds-on chance running in trap number 2, and that's Trade Plate. And very shortly now the signal will go up that all is well. And we'll have plenty of value about a couple of the outsiders, 20-1 about 2 of the dogs in this race, so certainly there's value there. And in this 300-yard dash, the bell sounds. An odds-on shot, number 2 Trade Plate, and repeating that there are 2 20-1 shots amongst these 6 runners. So looks a match in the betting between 2 Trade Plate and 6 on the outside, Flying Shuttle. Here just coming around to the trap, and away they go, and it's a very level break with Flying Stake and moving right up on the outside. Flying Shuttle showing blistering pace to lead. Trade Plate's gone into second. They're running towards the home turn, and the market rivals have it between them. Flying Shuttle being pressed on the outside by Trade Plate, and Flying Shuttle from Trade Plate. They go to the line. Flying Shuttle's early speed has held off Trade Plate, and the market suggested they were superior to the rest, and they were clear of Flying Stake in third.
Yes, well, that one was really decided at traps there. Flying Shuttle, a big market move for this one. This son of Whisper Wishes and Fire Patrol, the favourite number 2 Trade Plate in the race. Didn't come away that well, but Flying Shuttle got a flying break from the outside trap. So interesting to watch this race now from the start, with Flying Shuttle getting away very fast from the outside. Number 2, the favourite, not so well away from number 2, but on the outside, Flying Shuttle just in front from number 4 Liz Popple Cherry out well. Now here comes the favourite on the inside with the blue sheet. That's number 2 Trade Plate, going up into second place now. Flying Shuttle though has got a lead of 2 lengths at this stage, cuts through onto the rail. Number 2 Trade Plate running wide and off the corner now, and it's Flying Shuttle in front. You see Trade Plate there just over the length behind in second place. Flying Shuttle from Trade Plate. Trade Plate running a little bit wide, but a 2-dog race will be coming up the straight, and now Flying Shuttle pulling on and going on to win here. This one owned incidentally by Kevin Heffernan and Paddy Moriarty. Kevin of Dublin fame, and Paddy Moriarty, the former boss of the ESB. And well, they're, I'd say, savouring that one because he was back from, well, a few nice odds at the very start.
Fine performance by Flying Shuttle, and the second favourite in the race, the 2-1 second, was the odds-on favourite Trade Plate, and that was the Castrol 330.
Yes, Flying Shuttle there leading from the traps, leading all the way, and an excellent finish there, 2-1 winner. Our congratulations to Kevin Heffernan and Paddy Moriarty. We look forward indeed to talking to Kevin Heffernan a little bit later on this evening. But we've got more races as well to look forward to. Let's take a check on our schedule of live races. We've got 3 further live races. The marathon comes up next, 8:24 there. And then there's the Consolation Puppy Derby at around about 8:38. Some very good dogs in that. And the one we're looking forward to, of course, the Burma Castrol Puppy Derby itself. £7,000 on offer, and that's at 8:54. All times, of course, approximate, out by a minute or two perhaps, but well worth watching between now and 9 o'clock. Well, the semi-finals were held here. That's on Friday night last, and at the end of all that, Bill Maher of the sponsoring company made the trap draw.
The draw for the Burma Castrol 1991 Puppy Derby final. Trap 1, Balliard Champ. Trap 2, Jamie Icy Wind. Trap 3, Jamie Icy Star. Trap 4, Early Potter. Trap 5, Paul Noon Chief. Trap 6, Barney's Alarm.
Well, Michael, you must be reasonably pleased with the trap draw for the final.
Well, I'm very pleased. I'm very relieved to get 2 out of 3 through.
Yes, well, Balliard has come out quite well, hasn't he?
Yeah, it went very well tonight, and the connections from England would be very pleased that they have got 1 through.
What about Early Potter? Not so lucky in the draw.
Well, Early Potter has got a bad draw on trap 4. He would much prefer trap 5 or 6. He comes away very smoothly from 5 or 6, but trap 4, he'll be a little bit inconvenienced there.
Well, you got first and second last year. Can you do it? Are you, well, little brothers versus you train the winner. Can you do the same this year?
We'll be trying our very best. We're very pleased to be through to the final anyway.
How do you reckon the trap draw has gone for you?
Not very well, but 2 in the final gives us a very good chance. So we're hoping for the best.
Which would be your number 1 choice, do you think, at this stage?
I see wind in trap 2.
Well drawn on the inside.
Reasonably well drawn. If he gets a clear run, he should go very close.
Well, as I say, 2 litter comrades, first and second last year. History could repeat itself.
I hope so.
It's nice to be back in near the winners enclosure, Michael, and we're hoping for the best.
You must be very pleased with the trap draw.
Yes, indeed, yes. He runs best off 6. Although we were a little upset there this evening, he didn't get away as well as we expected, you know. He was out all right, but he seemed to lose a little bit of ground. He might have hit a bad spot, and then when he started to go again, of course, he ran into a whole lot of other fast dogs.
Well, as I say, there's only one night that you really need to get out of the traps.
Friday night, so we're hoping to do it.
Yeah, well, happy enough, Mike, with the trap draw. We were drawn. I think Barney Slalom's going to be a big danger, you know. If we get out in front of Barney Slalom, if we get a clear run, I think he'll go well enough, you know.
Well, he's close enough to the outside, surely, in trap 5, isn't he?
Yeah, he's ideally drawn. 5 or 6 we're going for.
And I'd say you'll probably feel happy going into the back straight within a length or 2 of anything.
Yeah, if it's a clear run round the first bend, that's what we're hoping for, just a clear run behind him.
This fella must rank as one of the fastest you've had, is he?
I'd nearly say he's the fastest we had, without a doubt, yeah.
Well, I presume he'll make his own look in the final.
I hope so,
Let's take a check then on the betting, which we're going to take a look at very shortly. Barney's Alarm, I think, is going to be one of the favourites for this one. My own view on this one is that Balliar Champ in trap 1, well, I would hesitate to go beyond him. We've just got a show of betting coming up very shortly. I think we'll take a look at that. Coming up in just a moment. And there we go, Balliar Champ, trap 1, 3-1, Jamie Ice Win 25-1, Ice Star 14-1, Early Potter 8-1, and then joint 2-1, Paul Noon Chief and Barney's Alarm, as we were saying. And of course, Paul Noon Chief there, the dog we were saying, has broken 29 seconds on 2 occasions recently. His most recent form scintillating last Friday in the semi-final. Well, we're now going to look forward to the next live race which we've got lined up for you, which is the Vermicastral Marathon over 830 yards. Let's once again go back to join our commentary team, Michael and Des.
Well, the runners for the Vermicastral Marathon over 830 yards. One is Brave Prince, who is the first reserve, running in place of August Blossom. Number 2 is Placido. Number 3, Mardyke Blue, is an on-runner. 4 is Genie Flower. Number 5 is Fairy Surprise. And number 6, Zico, on the outside.
Yes, well, a few non-runners throughout the card here tonight. I'm talking to a number of trainers around the place. A lot of dogs coughing, and this is probably the reason. I know that August Blossom in this race here, trained by Fraser Black, is coughing, and Fraser was telling me that he has only 4 greyhounds in his kennel which are not coughing. But he did assure me that both Paul Noons, the dog in the Paul Noon Chief in the final of the Puppy Derby and Paul Noon Quarry in the Consolation Puppy Derby, both of those are clear at the moment. As we see there in front of us, number 4, that's Genie Flower, being led there by Nora Lynham, who's a joint owner in this one with John Ryan from Dublin here. This Genie Flower, a daughter of Curry Hills Fox and Kingdom Flower, a very useful stayer over 750 yards, has run up a nice sequence of late. 4 to 5 favourite, I believe, in the betting, but I just fear that 830 yards might be just that bit too far for her, but she's a very, very good performer.
Well, indeed, Genie Flower is the favourite at 5-4 on. Next best in the market, a very strong second choice, is number 6, Zico, at 5-4. And then it's 7-1, Fairy Surprise, 8-1, the reserve Brave Prince, and number 2, Placido, the outsider, at 25-1. So the betting suggests bar 2, Michael.
Yes, looking at some of the punters there at the last bend. Well, that's not exactly a punter. That's Pat Holland of Bornagon there on the left. Looking down the track, you heard Sean Collins mention him there lately. Pat, who has actually been out to Spain at one stage to look at conditions over there, and perhaps could be on his way out again in the very near future. Now, there we see number 6. This is the one which I am inclined to fancy in this race. This one owned by Nuala Tierney from Dunboyne in County Meath. This is a son of Randy and Yellow Swan, and what a stare he has developed into. I remember one night in a televised programme before, he ran, and I was telling you on the night that he had already run a 5:25 trial that day, and he came out and won over 750 yards. Stamina, no problem whatever. He'll be loping along there on the outside, and certainly every yard of this trip he'll be staying. That's number 6, Zico. And passing him by there, number 2, being led out by Frank Curd, his trainer, is a dog called Placido. This one owned by Sarah Mangan from Croom originally, now living in Dublin. Placido, a son of Placid Son and Knockmay Fourth. A relative newcomer to distance racing. Placido ran over 750 yards here recently when beaten 3 lengths in 43.30. Has a bit to find on the favourites in this race, but he's a young dog that's capable of improving and has always looked a bit of a stare. That's number 2, Placido. And there we see number 1 just passing the camera. You see number 1, Brave Prince, the sub and the veteran in this race, and also being led by the owner. That's Angela Carroll from Athfarnham here in Dublin. Brave Prince, the son of Wise Band and Highway Princess, and Angela giving him a bit of a rub down. Brave Prince, as I say, a veteran, over 4 years of age, but has been a top class stayer and a great servant for Angela over the last 2 or 3 years. Brave Prince, well drawn in one and could nip up to the corner and is capable of doing anything despite being over 4 years of age. That's number 1, Brave Prince. The one we haven't seen is number 5, Fairy Surprise, and this one could well spring a surprise because he's very interesting breeding indeed, this Fairy Surprise. There he is, owned by Michael Goff from Enniscorthy. This is a daughter of Blue Baron and Fairy Lawn, and Fairy Surprise would be a half-sister to Alan's Judy out of that great dam Fairy Lawn, and some of Fairy Surprise's brothers are across in England, Alan Supreme and Alan's Wish, doing really big running and among the best pups in training in England. Fairy Surprise has won an 830-yard race in Enniscorthy, and this bitch could be a surprise packet here. She had a slow 300 trial around here, but then staying is her forte, and she could run very well. So those are the 5 runners for the Burma Castrol Marathon over 830 yards.
And very shortly now they're being loaded up. The 2 dominating the market last time we had the show was that Genie Flower was an odds-on chance, with the strongest market rival being number 6, Zico. But Genie Flower, an opening odds-on shot, now just easing slightly to be a joint favourite, in fact, with the Zico. They're now at 5-4 joint favourites. And there you see 4, Genie Flower, just easing out to 5-4, the same price as number 6, Zico, who remains steady. It's 5-1, Fairy Surprise, 8-1, number 1, Brave Prince, and number 2, there he is, Placido, the 25-1 outsider in this 5-runner race. So Placido just going in. Frank Curd seeing that his outsider is in safely, and is the last one to go in. So the 830 yards, a good run down the back straight, right up in front of the stands, and then all the way round. So just to recap then, the runners in the Burma Castrol Marathon over 830 yards. 1, Brave Prince, 2 is Placido, 3 is a non-runner, number 4 is Genie Flower, 5, Fairy Surprise, and number 6, Zico. The joint favourites for the race being Genie Flower in 4 and Zico in 6. Well, just the signal goes up from Tony Murphy that all is well. And there goes the bell, so the hare will commence his journey up past the stands and on to the start, as I say, which is just out of the second bend, so a good run, and then up past the stands before heading out on the final 5:25. And away they go. And in the early stages, it's Genie Flower who moves up to lead from Zico, who's running in second, with Brave Prince in third, and they're followed by Fairy Surprise, and Placido is the back marker. But running now up towards the winning post, a complete circuit ahead of them, and Genie Flower putting it up now to Zico, who's running in second, and Genie Flower, the joint favourite, out in front of market rival, who is Zico, is running in second place, and then a break to in third place Brave Prince. But now heading on down the far side, it's Genie Flower, but Zico beginning to close the gap steadily now, and the stamina limitations of Genie Flower being tested as Zico is trying hard on the outside, and now they come very close together up towards the line, and Zico times it perfectly to touch off Genie Flower, with Fairy Surprise finishing best of all, a very good third.
Yes, well, we thought that Genie Flower had shown stamina limitations over 750 yards, and it proved so there, because she had a big lead and looked like running out an easy winner, but halfway down the back straight her stride started to shorten. Zico was in a lovely position, came along to win, but did you see number 5 finish? Very surprised. Away from traps, quite a level break at the start, but now in the early pace of Genie Flower from 4 beginning to show. It goes half a length, going a length on now from Zico in second. Brave Prince is third. Number 5 Fairy Surprise begins to lose ground here, and loses quite a considerable amount of ground at this stage. But in front, Genie Flower stretching away now from Ezekiel in second, as the lead has gone to 3 or 4 lengths at this stage. Brave Prince in third. Then we have the Fairy Surprise next with Placido at the back. But into the straight for the first time, and in front, Genie Flower, 5-4 joint favourite with Ezekiel, gone 4 lengths in front of Ezekiel in second. Brave Prince is third, and Fairy Surprise a long way back, and look where that finished afterwards, around the third bend, as it is in a 30-yard race. And it's number 4 Genie Flower by about 4 lengths of this. Out of the picture we're seeing the third one there, and that's the second one, Ezekiel in second. But it's Genie Flower now about 6 lengths in front, but at this stage her stride starts to shorten. Ezekiel beginning to close, Brave Prince beginning to run out of a bit of steam in third, and Fairy Surprise now beginning to motor in fourth place. The second last bend, Genie Flower, it's down now to 2.5 lengths. Ezekiel closing all the way, it's down to 1.5 lengths, and Fairy Surprise goes into third place. Placido making up ground to go into fourth shortly, but off the last bend now you see Genie Flower on the inside. Now she begins to wave across the track, tiredness bringing her across, and Ezekiel on the outside forcing his way by her on the outside, coming to the line, and it's Ezekiel getting up to win from Genie Flower, and Fairy Surprise flying in third place just behind them.
And the result is number 6 Ezekiel the winner, 5-4 joint favourite with number 4 Genie Flower second, and the time 47:24.
2 dogs certainly justifying their joint favouritism there. The distance just getting the measure of Genie Flower, and Ezekiel really putting in a great sensational finish. A fine sprint finish by the winner there of the marathon. We've got more racing coming up very shortly. That'll be right after the break. Welcome back to Harold's Cross. Well, Frank Sinatra may have Dublin to himself tonight, but not where these people are concerned. They've come along to see the final of the Burma Castrol Puppy Derby, worth £7,000 to the winner. A race we're looking forward to just a little bit later on. Well, will it be Paul Noon Chief, who's already won twice from Trap 5, a time last week in his splendid semi-final of 28.94? Or perhaps it'll be Balliar Champ, trained by Michael Enright for the second year in succession. He's hoping to train the winning Puppy Derby winner. And of course, Barney's Alarm, very highly fancied as well in Trap 6. Well, this is our final TV presentation of Greyhound Racing for this year. What a great year it's been for Greyhound Racing. Some fantastic performances. We're going to take a look back now at some of the classic races, starting with the Guinness 600, and that was back in May.
Away they go, and it's Time of Eagle on the outside who comes away, and a faller there very early. Manx go for it, but up now to the first corner it's Time of Eagle, followed on the inside now by Big Cloud, and as they race down the far side now it's Time of Eagle with Big Cloud racing up on the outside, and Fly Cruiser producing a devastating burst up on the outside, and now racing towards the home turn. It's Fly Cruiser in the lead, being chased by Big Cloud, and then comes Time of Eagle, but it's Fly Cruiser, a renewed effort from Big Cloud as they race up towards the line. It's Fly Cruiser who wins it. In second place is Big Cloud, and in third, Time of Eagle. That's the result.
Here's the hare. Away they go. Gentle Soda out as fast as usual. Number 1 Blues Brain getting a run into second place with Fairhill Rose in third, and Ballybrack Charm sweeping around on the bend, but it's Gentle Soda into the back straight. Number 1 Blues Brain showing second, Ballybrack Charm third, Fairhill Rose fourth, and Alan's Judy a lot to do back in fifth place, while Altes Emerald is at the rear. Into the third bend, is it a Scottish win? It's Gentle Soda 3 lengths in front from Blues Brain. Here comes Ballybrack Charm. Alan's Judy is trying her best, but she's a lot of ground to make up. It's Gentle Soda into the straight. It's going to be a Scottish victory. It's going to be close, but she's got it, and it's Gentle Soda with Alan's Judy making up a mile of ground to take second place. She came from nowhere.
And away they go, and it's from 5 Terry Drumtico with moving up Farlow Melody, who's going to lead them into the first turn. Village Support on the inside, but it's Farlow Melody with on the outside Terry Drumtico. Ardfert Mick has a bit of running to do, but is making ground in third, and it's in the outside Farlow Melody. Ardfert Mick making a great move up into second ahead of Terry Drumtico, but coming round the home turn it's Farlow Melody from Ardfert Mick, putting in a big finish on the far side. Ardfert Mick on the far side, just going to win it. Ardfert Mick just touches off Farlow Melody with Village Support in third. Away they go, and Farlow is come out, but just stumbled momentarily, and it's Clare, and Ardfert Mick has raced up on the inside, and those looking to support the red jacket must be happy at this point, and racing on down the far side. It's Ardfert Mick from Clare in second, trying hard is Farlow Melody, but racing down now to the bottom bend. It's Ardfert Mick all the way from Clare, and then comes Super Gem. Farlow Melody's no chance. It's Ardfert Mick all the way to the line to win the 1991 Respond. Ardfert Mick's bullet from Clare. It's going to be close for the...
Yes, some great memories, some great moments from greyhound racing during the past year. I suppose Ardfert Mick just has to be the dog of the year. Well, we're looking forward to the Puppy Derby very shortly, but first, before that, we've got the Bermacastrol Consolation Puppy Derby, dogs who got as far as the semi-finals but didn't quite make it through to the final. Some very good dogs here on show, and I suppose Paul Noon Quarry, who's a litter brother of Paul Noon Chief, one of the favourites for the Derby itself, must be highly fancied as well, drawn in Trap 1. Let's see what happens now as we join our commentary team, Michael Fortune and Des Scahill.
Well, the runners are on parade now for the Consolation Puppy Derby. Number 1 is Paul Noon Quarry. Number 2 is Lady Luminous. Paul Noon Quarry, the 5-4 on favourite. Lady Luminous is 10-1. Number 3, Summerhill Chief, 6-1. Number 4, Abbymore Paddy is the second favourite, 9-4. Number 5, Crawley County is an on-runner. And number 6, Jamie High Millie is 6-1. But the warm favourite is Paul Noon Quarry.
Yes, and there you see Paul Noon Quarry, this massive son of Daly's Gold and Drumbeg Bracken, a greyhound which, well, he loves this inside despite his size, and he's a brilliantly fast dog. Owned by Willie Gray from Eaglesham outside Glasgow and trained by Fraser Black. Paul Noon Quarry, he produces devastating pace around the second bend and down the back straight. If he can get out of those traps reasonably well with him, well, then he should win this race. He's a really fast greyhound. And by the way, Paul Noon Quarry due to run in Cork on Monday night in the heats of the Cork March Puppy Stake down there, so not much rest for him. Then we come to number 2, Lady Luminous. This one owned by Margaret Blanchfield from Kilkenny and trained by Ger Dwyer, a daughter of Blue Baron and Lanigan's Ball, the same Lanigan's Ball which is the dam of the brilliant Live Contender. Lady Luminous has run very well here during the Puppy Derby, didn't have the best of runs, in trouble early and then running on very strongly in all her races, so be watching for her coming from the back of the field here. That's number 2, Lady Luminous. In 3, Summerhill Chief, a dog which made a big effort to get through to the final of the Puppy Derby. But then his trainer had already 2 of them in, Michael Enright, and this would have been a third. Summerhill Chief, jointly owned by Fred Dynanage and Gay Haywood, is the son of Curry Hills Gara and Bonnie's Star. Summerhill Chief started off brilliantly here in his career and has maintained that standard throughout. He was beaten a length and a half in the quarterfinals, or second round of the Puppy Derby in 29-18, and then was running on last week in the semi-final when third behind Early Potter. A dog that doesn't exactly fly to a bend but has great back straight pace. Now we come to number 4, Abbymore Paddy, one of the enigmas of the season here in Ireland. He produces great runs one night, comes out flying out of traps, the next night he misses his break, but on his night a brilliant greyhound. This fellow's son of Sparta Fritz and Easy Nell, owned by Lawrence McGeown from Lurgan and trained by Oliver Toman. He did 28.92 when beating Barney's Alarm here in the second round from trap 6. He had recently been seeded before that, and it looks as if he does appreciate that trap. In the semi-final he missed his break altogether and finished third behind Paul Noon Chief. Then we come to number 5, of course, a non-runner, Crowley Country, and to number 6, Jamie High Millie. This one was bidding to be a third finalist for Aidan Tyne and a third member of that brilliant Curry Hills Gara Jamie Mad Millie litter. 2 of them made it through, and this Jamie High Millie is a very useful performer herself. She's been running on very strongly in all her races. I think this trap 6 could suit her ideally, and I wouldn't be in the least bit surprised if we saw a surprise run from number 6, Jamie High Millie.
Well, Paul Noon Quarry remaining as 5-4 on favourite. His opening price was 5-4 on and staying there, as is the price of the second favourite, Abbymore Paddy, at 9-4. And 4-1 is Summerhill Chief, with 6-1 Jamie High Millie, just changing the fractions there. For number 4, Abbymore Paddy is in fact 5-2. So Paul Noon Quarry then favourite for the consolation at 5-4 on. It's 5-2 Abbymore Paddy, and on 4-1 is Summerhill Chief, with out to 9-1 Jamie High Millie, and Lady Luminous is the outsider of the 5 at 10-1.
Yes, quite a race in prospect here, and it could be all about early pace. And you know, Abbymore Paddy is the one which has the most early pace if he gets away to his break. There you see Fraser Black going away from traps. There you see the sand behind the traps, and very wet, and it's been wet here in Dublin for the last 2 days on and off, and it's had its effect there behind the traps. But the track running well, as we've seen the times already tonight, fast times already, and well, I think Paul Noon Quarry should win this, although if Abbymore Paddy gets a flying break, well, it could be some race.
Well, they all appear in now, just waiting for the signal that all are facing in the right direction. Tony Murphy is happy they are. The bell will sound, and there it is, and there's the betting, no change. 5-4 on Paul Noon Quarry and 5-2 Abbymore Paddy, with Summerhill Chief third in at 4-1. So the odds-on chance nicely drawn on the inside. Paul Noon Quarry, and the hare just coming round now towards the traps. And away they go, and the favourite very slow out, and Summerhill Chief leads them up to the bend. The favourite's made great ground on the inside, but has gone into a bit of a pocket. But down the far side now, it is Summerhill Chief who's in the lead, being pressed in second place by Paul Noon Quarry, who's trying to get a run at the leader, while close up is Abbymore Paddy, and running now towards the home turn. Summerhill Chief still got a couple of lengths to spare over Paul Noon Quarry, and on straightening up, it's Summerhill Chief all the way, trying hard second, Abbymore Paddy, and a poor enough run from Paul Noon Quarry, who never got in any sort of a telling blow to Summerhill Chief, who made the bend and ran out a comfortable winner in the end.
Yes, Summerhill Chief really producing his form there. This fella has started off the night in magnificent form for Michael Enright, and also for Fred Dinenage and Gay Haywood, the owners from Portsmouth, who have, well, they're all represented in the final of the Puppy Derby as well, with Balliard Champ, of course, Enright also being involved with number 4 Early Potter in the final. But now let's have a look at that one again. Paul Noon a bit disappointing there, coming away slowly, but Summerhill Chief gets a good break in front from Abbymore Paddy at this stage. Number 2, Lady Luminous, showing in third, but now Paul Noon Quarry going up on the inside now to challenge on the first bend. It's number 3, Summerhill Chief in front. Abbymore Paddy being forced a bit wide there in second, and now Paul Noon very close by in third. And I honestly thought at this stage that Paul Noon would pick up Summerhill Chief, fast and all as Summerhill Chief is, and he's a very fast dog down the back straight, and he's showing it now as he's actually increased his lead at this stage, going on a length and a half, 2 lengths in front now from Paul Noon Quarry in second. In third place, Abbymore Paddy on the outside, and then come Lady Luminous and Jamie High Millie at the back. But around the third bend, and there's 2 lengths, nearly 2.5 lengths in it now, Summerhill Chief in front. Paul Noon, his effort beginning to fade at this stage. Abbymore Paddy now renewing his challenge on the outside, and it's a fast run of 29.02 in this race as they come up the straight, and it's number 3 Summerhill Chief galloping on. This is a very impressive run from number 4 Abbymore Paddy in second, Paul Noon Quarry is third, and coming to the line Summerhill Chief, a fine run there, winning from Abbymore Paddy in second, Paul Noon Quarry in third, and number 2 Lady Luminous fourth. And you know, I just wonder, you know, Fraser Black said the Paul Noons were free of the cough. I just wonder, watching that, is there bad news on the way?
Well, there's the result then. Summerhill Chief, the winner, I think possibly at 4-1 chance, I think, Summerhill Chief. Abbymore Paddy second at 5-2, and the time a very, very good 29.02.
Well, you just wonder whether or not that's a portent of what's to come very shortly in the Burmah-Castrol Puppy Derby final itself, because the same trainer, same owners, of course, Balliard Chief in trap 1 in that one. Well, Summerhill Chief, the winner there. Let's take a look back now. 12 months, this time 12 months ago, the Puppy Derby itself produced a great race, and for those who say that it's trap 1 or 6 that you have to be in order to win, not so last year. Summerhill Super was right in the middle. Remember this?
And away they go. It's a very level break with Toby's Reflection on the inside, with Sheer Pace also going up, and right running round them on the outside is Summerhill Super, and it's Summerhill Super now who's gone to the front in second place. Sheer Pace, there's a good break back to Toby's Reflection, who's followed by Try My Ger Point, but it's the favourite Summerhill Super, a couple of lengths cleared of Sheer Pace as they race towards the home turn in the Burmah-Castrol Puppy Derby final. And out in front is Summerhill Super, in second place is Sheer Pace. Toby's Reflection kept on well in third, but once Summerhill had made the first bend, that was it.
Yes, a great performance
The vagaries of the mind. I had an idea that was from Trap 3 last year, not so. Trap 6 indeed. Well, we saw in our very first race, our first live race here, the sprint, of course, won by Flying Shuttle, and a flying Kevin Heffernan has come across to join us here. Congratulations to you, a successful greyhound owner now. Well done.
Thanks very much, sir.
That's a couple of bob to start the weekend with.
Well, it's something to keep going for the rest of the night anyway.
That's with yourself and Paddy Moriarty, and do you have a couple of dogs?
Well, yeah, I have a couple in partnership with people. I have another one going later on. I don't think he's going to do any good, though. I have it in partnership with Pascal Taggart.
Pascal, an old friend of yours. I seem to recall the two of you down in Australia back in 1986. You in charge of the team, and he very much giving the tips for all those going to the greyhound racing.
That's right, and Paddy Moriarty was with us at that stage too. Pascal has an interest in Barney's Alarm in the final, of course. It's a very good puppy. He has plenty of early pace. He is a relentless galloper, and he finishes well. He's got probably the outstanding trainer in the country, Mary Graham. He's got his favourite Trap 6 draw, so a little bit of luck. I'm hopeful he'll win too.
Your guy there, Flying Shuttle, got away to a flyer. That was very important, obviously.
It was. He has tremendous speed, but in recent times he hasn't been coming out of the trap too well, so it all depends tonight on whether he came out quickly or not. He did just that, and after that I had little doubts but that he'd win.
After the hype and excitement of Gaelic football, big match day, huge crowds, the build up to All-Ireland finals, do you find greyhound racing a relaxing form of sport?
I find it extremely relaxing. There's nothing more pleasant, I think, than a Friday evening to spend a couple of hours here in the quiet, balmy atmosphere. There's an air of small excitement, not too many people, and good sport. And the people are great fun here, and there's a great camaraderie between dog owners. I'm only a very small dog owner, I must say, and the track management here makes everybody welcome, small owners. As well as the people who have lots of dogs and expensive dogs. But Paul Murphy here, the racing manager, is a very helpful gentleman.
You mentioned that. Of course, the counter attraction here tonight, I suppose, Mr. Frank Sinatra. But this crowd weren't going to see Frank. They were going to come to the Burma Castrol Puppy Derby final.
Yes, I think they'll do their own singing here. Whatever wins, there'll be celebrations up in the bar by somebody.
You mentioned Barney's Alarm there, drawn in Trap 6. What about the others? Paul Noon Chief, we saw a very disappointing performance by Paul Noon Quarry there.
Yeah, well, there have been some tremendous times during the competition. Balliard Champ did a great time last week. We'd be hopeful, or the connections of Barney's Alarm would be hopeful that they've done their best running and that it's his turn now. He's been a little bit unlucky. Fraser Black, of course, has Paul Noon Chief, who must be in with a great chance. He is, I think, probably the fastest time in the competition. So all in all, I think it should be an excellent race. And a little bit of luck here or there should make, the difference between winning and being second or third.
Yeah, Barney's Alarm, I think, was second last week. I suppose from the connections point of view, a really good start tonight would be important, because Paul Noon Chief really does accelerate in the third and fourth bends.
Oh, that's true. Barney's was a bit unfortunate. He got a lot of interference at the first bend. I think if he gets round that safely, I think he'll still come home.
And if you had to go for anybody else other than Barney, who would it be, Kevin?
I think it would probably be the one dog, Balliard.
Okay, well, let's now build up towards the race itself. Thank you very much indeed, Kevin Heffernan. Congratulations to you. And Kevin has another dog racing later on tonight. If you happen to be in the mood to come greyhound racing once we're off the air, well, I think it's the 7th race there. One of Kevin's dogs will be in action. But time now to build up towards the Burma Castrol Puppy Derby itself. And of course, £7,000 on offer to the winning connections as we go and start our build-up final now to the race itself with Michael and Des.
The first semi-final of the Burma Castrol Puppy Derby. In 1, Lady Luminous. In 2, the second favourite, Balliard Champ. In 3, Foreign Bid. In 4, Jamie High Millie. In 5, Belle Isle Major. And on the outside, the 6-4 on favourite, Barney's Alarm. The hare off the last corner, up behind Traps. Away they go. Barney's Alarm quite well away, but it's number 2 showing in front. That's Balliard Champ. Barney's Alarm on the outside, in between Foreign Bid and number 5, Belle Isle Major, off the corner where there's a bit of a mill, and it's Balliard Champ gone in front into the back straight from Foreign Bid in second. Number 5, Belle Isle Major third, and Barney's Alarm putting in a run on the outside to go second now. Into the third bend, Balliard Champ in front, being challenged now by Barney's Alarm. There's 2 lengths in it. Balliard Champ from Barney's Alarm in second. There's still 2 lengths in it. And coming off the last corner, Balliard Champ with the lead. Barney's Alarm putting in a run, but it's Balliard Champ taking the first semi-final from Barney's Alarm in second and Lady Luminous third. Interesting now run to this first bend. A very level break between 2, 3, 5 and 6. Number 2, Balliard Charm showing in front. Barney's Alarm not that well away. Now showing well on the outside. Gets a bump there. Another bump there as number 5, Bellal Major, the meat and the sandwich between himself and Foreign Bid. Into the back straight, Balliard Champ with a lead of a few lengths now. Very level for second, with Barney's Alarm now just showing second ahead of number 3, Foreign Bid. Bellal just dropping back and out of the picture. Just in the picture now you see number 1, Lady Luminous, coming with a flying run. But it's Balliard Champ in front. Barney's Alarm in second. He's trying everything he knows to close the gap. Closing slightly, but no catching Balliard Champ here tonight. And the result, number 2, Balliard Champ the winner. Second, number 6, Barney's Alarm, in a time of 29:34. The second semi-final in Trap 1, Crory Country. In 2, the 5-2 second favourite, Abbymore Paddy. In 3, Spots of Hope. In 4 is Lady Lantern. Polnoon Chief, the 6-4 favourite, running from Trap 5. And on the outside in 6 is Jamie Icy Star. Here behind the trap, 6 wide seeds here. There could be plenty of trouble. Traps open. It's a good break by number 6, Jamie Icy Star. Now number 1, Crory Country showing in front. This one has a lot of pace and stay as well. Crory Country into the corner, showing in front from number 6, Jamie Icy Star on the outside. Jamie Icy Star now going back in front from number 1, Crory. Here comes the favourite, Polnoon Chief on the outside. He has great pace around the third bend. Crory Country now, Polnoon Chief hits the front, goes a length down, goes 2 lengths on, 2.5 lengths on. Polnoon Chief, this is impressive. In front from Jamie Icy Star in second. Crory Country back in third, but up the straight. This is an impressive performance from number 5, Polnoon Chief, winning from number 6, Jamie Icy Star, with Abbymore Paddy in third. Now, interesting to watch this number 5. You wouldn't give him much chance from the break. Look, he's not fast away. He's only 4th at this stage. Indeed, going into the corner for a fraction, he's only 5th as number 1, Crory Country leads from number 6, Jamie Icy Star. Now the pace of number 5, Polnoon Chief, going into third. He cuts these down in a matter of strides. Number 6, Jamie Icy Star, being challenged on the outside now by Polnoon. And Polnoon every night is on the 3rd and 4th bend. He really shows his acceleration. Skips by there, goes 2, 3 lengths in front. Coming to the last corner now, and is Polnoon going clear from number 6, Jamie, which is also running a nice race. Jamie Icy Star in second place, but it's Polnoon Chief all the way from Jamie Icy Star. And the result, number 5, the winner, Polnoon Chief. Second, number 6, Jamie Icy Star, in a brilliant time of 28:94. The third semi-final in Trap 1, Doonery. In 2, the even money favourite, Polnoon Quarry. In 3, Jamie Icy Wind. In 4 is Summerhill Chief. Belle Dandy runs from 5. And in 6, Early Potter. That one at 7-4, and he's fast to the corner. Here coming off the last bend. Up behind the traps. Break will be vital, and Early Potter flies out of 6. Number 3, Jamie Icy Wind showing second, with Doonery in third, and the favourite in a bit of trouble in behind, and in real trouble now, and badly balked at the first bend is the favourite. And it's Early Potter going down the back straight with a reasonable 3-4 length lead at this stage from Belle Isle Dandy in second. Number 3, Jamie Icy Wind in third. Summerhill Chief making up big ground now in 4th place, but out in front, Early Potter. There's no catching this one tonight. He's a lead of 5 or 6 lengths coming off the last corner. Belle Isle Dandy in second. Summerhill Chief putting in a run between himself and Jamie Icy Wind. They're coming to the line. The battle is for second, and it's number 3, Jamie Icy Wind, just taking second place, but well adrift of the easy winner, number 6, Early Potter. Well, it was early pace which decided this one. Number 6, Early Potter, gets a flyer out of there. He loves the outside. Number 3, Jamie Icy Wind showing second, but now number 5, Belle Isle Dandy, showing good pace into the corner. At the rear, you see Polnoon Quarry, the even money favourite, in all sorts of trouble, and last entering the back straight. Number 6, Early Potter, with a good lead down the back from Belle Isle Dandy in second. Jamie Icy Wind took a bit of a bump at the first corner, now recovering in third place. Summerhill Chief putting in a big run in behind. But Early Potter is gone. He's around the last corner, 5 or 6 in front. Belle Isle Dandy being challenged by number 3 on the inside, Jamie Icy Wind, and in the centre, number 4, Summerhill. But it's Early Potter, clear winner there. And we see the result. Early Potter, the winner. Second, number 3, Jamie Icy Wind. And the time, 29:08.
Well, you consider that second semi-final and that fabulous performance there by Polnoon Chief. Ran a bit wide, however, started slowly, but what blinding pace he showed there at the finish. Balliard Champ there in Trap 1, ideally drawn. I think he'll just about take the producer's £1 bet on his shoulders this afternoon. Let's hope it's a great race. We're going to look forward to a fabulous, fabulous Puppy Derby final as we rejoin our match commentators, Des and Michael.
Well, the dogs now on parade here just before the final of the 1991 Burmah Puppy Derby. The winner to receive £7,000 in the trophy. And number 1 is Balliard Champ. Number 2 is Jamie Icy Wind. Number 3 is Jamie Icy Star. 4, Early Potter. 5, Polnoon Chief. And number 6, the fractional favourite, Barney's Alarm. There's a look at the market, and it suggests that number 6, Barney's Alarm, is the 9-4 favourite. Second best is number 5, Polnoon Chief, at 11-4. It's 7-2, Balliard Chief. It's 4-1 Early Potter, 14-1 Jamie Icy Star, and 20-1 Jamie Icy wins. So a very open betting race, and number 1 is Balliard Champ.
Yes, Balliard Champ, there you see him, this white and brindle son of I'm Slippy and Green Anne Soda, bred down in Clonmel by Paul Nugent and trained now by Michael Enright. For Fred Dinenage and Mrs. Gay Haywood from Hambledon near Portsmouth in England, and well, Balliard Champ has been a fine purchase. Michael Dolly from outside Tralee owned this fellow before he was bought from the Enright kennel. He stayed with Michael Enright, and how well he has run here in the Puppy Derby, winning his last round as you saw him, leading all the way from Barney's Alarm in 29.34, and before that being Early Potter, his kennel companion, in 29 seconds. A dog that's ideally drawn in trap 1, and well, this 77-pounder could run a really big one from in there. In trap 2 we have Jamie Icy Wind, one of 2 litter brothers. This fellow, the son of Curry Hills Gara and Jamie Mad Millie, owned, bred and trained by Aidan Tynan from Galway. Jamie Icy Wind has been very consistent throughout the Puppy Derby, winning in 29.34 in the first round, running a big race when staying on well to be third behind Abbymore Paddy in 28.92 next time, and then second 7 lengths in 29.08 after that. A dog that's capable of a very fast break on the night. He just hasn't been breaking as fast as he can in his last few runs, but well capable of flying those lids. That's number 2, Jamie Icy Wind. And next we see his litter brother. That's Jamie Icy Star, also of course by Curry Hills Gar out of Jamie Mad Millie, and these 2 the youngest in the race, both of them being February 1990 whelps, and again owned, trained and bred by Aidan Tynan. Now Jamie Icy Star, slightly different to Jamie Icy Wind. This will inclined to do his best running from behind and runs on very strongly. Ran a great race here in the first round behind Barney's Alarm when finishing second after being balked. I marked him down as a possible winner at that stage. Well, he's got here to the final. He's 14-1 in the betting. Don't be surprised if he makes a big show. That's number 3, Jamie Icy Star. Now we see number 4, Early Potter. No doubt that if this fellow was in trap 6, he'd be the favourite to win the Puppy Derby. Early Potter, the son of Curry Hills Gara and Inish League. 3 Curry Hills Garas in this race. What an advertisement for that youngster dog. Early Potter, owned by John Duffy from Fulham in London. Resident quite a lot of the time here in Ireland. This one bred by Vincent Dever in Castlebar, County Mayo, and also this one trained by Michael Enright. Early Potter, a dog with brilliant early pace. From trap 6, he leaves traps as if he was never in them. But from 4, well, it can be a bit dodgy at times. And what's worse, sometimes he dodges out to his right, and if he does, this fella could be hampered. That's number 5, Polnoon Chief, owned by Willie Gray from Eaglesham outside Glasgow, trained by Fraser Black here in Ireland, and bred by Edna Armstrong in Bathgate in West Lothian in Scotland. Polnoon Chief, a dog with brilliant pace, a son of Daly's Gold and Drumbeg Bracken. He covers the back straight as fast as any greyhound I've ever seen cover a back straight, and if he gets out of that second bend in touch, well, watch out. That's number 5, Polnoon Chief. And so to number 6, the dog I fancied from the start of the competition, and I'll stay with him. I see no reason to change. Owned by Noel Ryan and Michael McDonough, and by quite a number of others. A syndicate owned this one. Owned, as I say, by all those people. Trained by Mary Graham and bred by her father Seamus down in County Laois. This fellow's son of Sahern Bio and Barney's Girl. January 90 pup, and what a pup he is. A great record. Breaks fast from the outside, and well, if he gets in front, well, I don't think this fellow will be caught. He's done 28.96 here in the first round, and well, he has done some great racing, so watch for him out of 6.
So Barney's Alarm is still the favourite at 9-4. It's 3-1 Polnoon Chief. It's 7-2 Balliard Champ, 4-1 Early Potter, and out to 14-1 then for Jamie Icy Star and 20-1 Jamie Icy Wind. But very open market indeed, and the favourite, sure to go off favourite now at this stage as the dogs are making their way to the traps, is Barney's Alarm, running from 6. But there were some very impressive runs in the build-up to the race, and particularly Polnoon Chief and Early Potter's semi-final victories. Barney's Alarm just tightening up to 2-1 now, we're told. So very shortly now they'll be on their way, and there is Barney's Alarm just being put in there into number 6. And this should be a fascinating final, this. Barney's Alarm running from the outside, and that appears to be the last one in now. So there'll be a check, and just seeing that everything is in order. All is well. The bell will sound now as soon as the signal is given, and we're only seconds away from the 1991 Burma Castrol Puppy Derby. And recalling the runners in trap draw: 1 Balliard Champ, 2 Jamie Icy Win, 3 Jamie Icy Star, 4 Early Potter, 5 is Polnoon Chief, and 6, the favourite from the outside, is Barney's Alarm. The hare coming round the final bend now up towards the traps. And away they go, and Barney's Alarm has bombed out, but Early Potter's gone with him, and Early Potter showing great speed now to get the initiative in the early stages, and it's Early Potter who leads out of the second, followed by Barney's Alarm in second, Polnoon Chief trying hard in third, and they're being followed by Jamie Icy Star, but coming round now towards the home turn, it's Early Potter in the lead, a big effort from Polnoon Chief in second, Early Potter, Polnoon Chief storming up on the outside to get there close home. A brilliant win from Polnoon Chief, who came and beat Early Potter in what was a fascinating final.
Yes, well, a great race there and a great performance from Polnoon Chief from trap 5. A dog that had it all to do going into that back straight. Indeed, had it all to do going into the third bend. But what a fast greyhound, and what a burst of pace this fellow produces. Now watch the break. Barney's Alarm gets a flyer from 6. Early Potter flies out of 4, and look at it, last position, number 5, Polnoon Chief in the orange sheet. Last out of traps, but now up front, it's Early Potter and Barney's Alarm sharing it. Now Early Potter gaining the advantage into the corner, going a length up now from Barney's Alarm. In third place at this stage, Jamie Icy Star, and then in fourth, Polnoon Chief, as Balliard Champ and Jamie Icy Win. Mr. breaks from the inside, but into the back, and it's Early Potter in front with a lead of 2.5 lengths from Barney's Alarm in second. Jamie Icy Star still just holding Polnoon Chief for third place. Now Polnoon going up and moving third. Down the back at this stage, and it's number 4, Early Potter showing in front from Barney's Alarm in second. Polnoon Chief showing third. But now Polnoon beginning to motor at this and actually cutting for the inside here. Normally totally an outside runner, but now cutting for the inside. On the inside of Barney's Alarm this stage. Pushes him out of the way now as he moves out wide. Early Potter in front. There's 2 lengths, a length and a half in it now. Polnoon moving up on the outside. Barney's Alarm forced wide at that stage. And number 3, Jamie Icy Star, still there on the inside. But now it's Polnoon Chief coming through, running extremely wide, but coming through to catch Early Potter in those final strides. And Polnoon Chief, this dog with such brilliant pace, coming to the line, winning by about 3 parts of a length from Early Potter in second, Barney's Alarm third, and Jamie Icy Star is fourth.
And Polnoon Chief then the winner of the 1991 Burma Castrol Puppy Derby at 3-1. In second place was Early Potter 4-1. Barney's Alarm was in third, and the time breaking the 29 seconds again, 28.98, and coming from some way behind.
Well, what a fantastic performance that was by... First of all, let's talk to the winning owner, Willie Gray here. Super performance. You have to be delighted with yourself.
I'm over the moon.
Well worth the trip over from Glasgow.
Definitely.
With your wife Letha here, I think?
Yes.
Congratulations to you. Could you see yourselves winning that when he was some way back?
No, at first I didn't, but it was lovely.
The Early Potter there got a flyer, didn't he?
Yes. He's a good dog also. Actually, they're all good dogs in that.
What about this man here, Fraser Black?
Oh, he's the man. And the breeder that bred it too.
Fraser, let's walk down along here. We'll have a little chat as we head down towards the station area. Your reaction to what was a stunning performance?
Dog. I thought they'd no chance of stumble coming out the boxes. It looked once Early Potter and Barney's Alarm got in front of us, but once we turned up in the home straight, with the sprint box here, I still had hope.
You knew that he had this blinding finish.
Yeah, oh, he always had the ability. He's a wonderful dog, you know. Although in saying that, I think this is the best puppy derby final for a long time. There's 6 good dogs, top class dogs.
But to get under 29 seconds yet again, that's the 3rd time in this race, this series, he's done it.
No doubt this dog got a solo, he'd smash the track record, I think. Hopefully. Hopefully. But,
you were based where?
Kildare, Rathangan.
And you're a Scot as well, domiciled here?
Yes, yes.
So well worth your while, and of course you have this association with Willie Gray.
Yeah, and also other few Scottish clients as well, Mr. Crane and Kane, good supporters for the game here.
Congratulations to Fraser Black. Let's take the presentation now.
A fine performance there, as we say, from Polnoon Chief, and as I said before the race, one of the fastest greyhounds I've ever seen running a back straight, and I just look forward to see him running the 550 yards in Shelbourne Park next year. And well, it could be sensational what time he'll do over that trip there. Perhaps that 30-second mark, the record, could go when he gets a run over the 550. a great race. Early Potter really put it up to him. Barney's Alarm put it up to him as well. Just faded a bit down the back. Barney's didn't produce the pace. Sort of proved what Seamus Graham suspected, a dog might be losing his sparkle. He's had a fairly long season and just beginning to go off, but cannot take it away from the winner, Paul Noon Chief. Magnificent performance. This fellow bred by Edna Armstrong in West Lothian in Scotland, and there you see him. That's Paul Noon Chief, the son of Daly's Gold and Drumbag Bracken, as we see Fraser Black on the right, Bill Maher of Burmacastle there on the left, making the presentation to Gemma Black, the daughter of Fraser, seems to be sharing in the presentation here. In the back there, to the right you see Mrs. Gray, Willie Gray then with the cap, Ned Riley of Boardnagon, and a happy scene, the presentation of the Burmacastle Puppy Derby for 1991.
And of course in Sports Stadium tomorrow afternoon, the highlight of the day will be the World Cup third match in Pool 2. That's Ireland against Scotland from Murrayfield, not to be missed around about lunchtime tomorrow. But for now, from Harold's Cross, and the Puppy Derby winner Paul Noon Chief in a very exciting time, breaking 29 seconds once again. From everybody here in RTE Sport in Harold's Cross, good night.
Followed by Barney's Alarm in second, Paul Noon Chief trying hard in third, and they're being followed by Jamie Icy Star, but coming round now towards the home turn. It's Early Potter in the lead, a big effort from Paul Noon Chief in second. Early Potter, Paul Noon Chief storming up on the outside to get there close home. A brilliant...
Full of life, your Whiskas kitten. He loves his Whiskas kitten food.